Yo, what up, pimps? And that was an H3 thing. God, H3 was good back in the day. Um, we have our final season one issue, December 2021. A huge issue, huge, a huge. I was trying to do a Trump impression there. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it, guys. This episode is sponsored by the Conservative Party of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Fuck you. Yo. Welcome to December news. December's been an interesting month for news. Sonic news especially. There's a new Sonic game. Looks like it's open world. Sonic Frontiers. I'm pretty hyped for that. I don't agree with people that say that, Sonic can't work in 3D. I think he can. I think it might be a little bit hard, but I think he can. I definitely look forward to that. I think it comes out this year. I've just spoiled it. Yeah, I record these the month after they're meant to, for the month that they represent. So I'm recording this in January 2022. High past, I don't know. Then you'll be watching it in 2022 and all. So why am I saying I don't know. That looks fun. It's coming out on Switch as well, which is good. I do plan on getting a PlayStation 5 or like Xbox Series X soon. Like sometime this year, hopefully. I don't want to like expand out and sort of play non-Nintendo stuff as well. It looks like there's some shit that could be interesting. Like Far Cry. I don't know. That's what's been recommended to me by a friend. Like play that if you're like new to this shit. We got a Sonic Movie 2 trailer with Knuckles in it. Hell fucking yeah. I watched the first Sonic movie and it was alright. It was honestly alright. But that's the thing, it wasn't anything special. It was just another movie. Well, special because it was a Sonic movie. But it was just nothing, special about it. It was pretty flaccid. It was like, meh. I don't want to see the movies continue. We'll probably get a trilogy. And Sonic will probably go Supersonic. And or Hypersonic. That's a guy you don't see around anymore. In Sonic 3. I'd totally be up for like a film to make like 10 Sonic movies. That sounds good to me, man. Shit, what else? The finale of Doctor Who aired of Doctor Series 13 aired in December. The Vanquishers. That was a thing. It was an actual scandal that we got fuck all information about the timeless child. And there's totally building up to it the whole fucking season. Outrageous, I tell you. But yeah, 2022 seems like a good year for just shit in general. Pokemon Legends, Sonic Frontiers, the second Sonic movie's coming out in 2022. I think the Mario movie's coming out in 2022. The new Kirby game. Dude, I am fucking hyped for 2022. And of course, you've got Jodie Whittaker regenerating this year, and I'd be surprised if the 14th Doctor wasn't announced this year. And my predictions that they're going to be announced by by May, probably after the second Whittaker special. So I'm going to say either late April or early May. But anyway, want to hear for them. Anyway, that's that. I'll see you cunts around. Welcome to this first review. The first of two reviews because it's Christmas. Well, actually, I'm recording this in January, but it's Christmas. And sometime in December, I listened to the Doctor Who Big Finish audio drama Red Dawn, and it was a bit underwhelming. Nothing much happens. It's like all the Ice Warriors do really is just talk to the Doctor and like the Mars crew. And there's this whole plot, this whole dumb plot where uh like there's this, I think it's like an ice warrior or a human with ice warrior DNA inside her, and I think that you see that the Mars crew are from a private company, and they're there to steal like weapons from the ice warriors or steal an ice warrior or something. If I were to give it a rating, I'd probably just give it a like I don't know, like a 4 out of 10. It's okay, but it's really underwhelming. Um, it's a bit of a shame because it would be nice to see a good Ice Warrior story for Big Finish, and especially to see the Ice Warriors with the Fifth Doctor. But yeah, took a bit of a risk with that story. I was like, I'm going to listen to it anyway. I'm up for an Ice Warrior story. And fun fact: the only good Ice Warrior story that I've seen, and it's not really an Ice Warrior story, it's a Curse of Peladon. That's pretty good. I haven't seen like the classic like Ice Warrior stories, like the ones in the second Doctor era. I'll need to get around to watching those eventually. But yeah, and the New Who ones aren't brilliant either. Perry was in this as well. Yeah, there's not much else to say about it. It's an early Big Finish story. It might be like the seventh one they've ever made. But yeah, that's that. My short little review. Until then, goodbye. Okay, welcome to the fucking my discussion on Doctor Series 13. We're going to rank them, baby. At number 6, we have the Vanquishers. There's some major plot holes in that episode, and it's just a bit anticlimactic to the whole season. It's definitely the strongest Chibnall finale, because it actually has some substance to it. Like the Timeless Children was pretty awful. Then in the Series 11 finale, it was just like it was just very bland. But this one had some flavor to it. But that's all. Let's move on. At number 5, we have. Let's see. We're doing this live. I'm deciding what number 5 is already. Like actually, right now, you know. I'll go with my gut and say Survivors of the Flux. I really like the companion stuff. But the Doctor is just being interrogated by Tic Taeun. Yeah, the Ood was only in that scene, so in the trailer they could show the Ood and people could get excited because they'd be reminded of the fucking RTD1 era. You know, the golden age of New Who. Yeah, to be fair, a little bit. The first like third of the Moffat era was like in the golden age, I would say. But yeah, that's it. It's a filler episode. Half of series of 13 was just filler episodes. Or just exposition dumps, like yeah. At number 3 we have Once Upon Time. Very interesting episodes. I like how it doesn't have the typical structure of a Doctor Who story. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but yeah, it was just a bit weird. I wasn't quite following along. It felt like they were pulling things out of their arse constantly. You know, just oh, by the way, we can do this in time, and we can. Oh, how about if I use the energy of the timelines? Shit like that. I don't know if like, I don't think she said like energy of the timelines or anything, but you know what I mean, stuff like that. Where it's like, oh, right, yeah, we haven't established you can do this here, but yeah. Um, it could have been a great opportunity to develop the characters a little bit more, let us see into their heads a little bit more. but it went by too quickly. I did like the stuff we saw, especially from Yasmin, because like she's sort of been a bit of a wooden plank through this whole era. But I'm glad that she's getting more attention as of recently, being like one of the 13th Doctor's very first companions. Anyway, at number 3 we have the Halloween Apocalypse. Definitely the strongest Chibnall opener. His openers just keep getting better. But yeah, I thought it was pretty decent. It was good for what it had to do. As an episode in itself, that is a decent episode in itself, wasn't it? Dan's patter was on point. Sure, the CGI, I don't know, the special effects were a bit dodgy in some places, but hey. Carvanista was very entertaining. It was just a solid Chris Chibnall story. What more can I say? Number 2, we have Village of the Angels. One of the strongest 13th Doctor stories and Chris Chibnall scripts in Doctor Who. I really liked it. I didn't like how they kept pulling stuff out of their arse. Again, the 13th Doctor loves doing this. Just all of a sudden inventing solutions. Just sort of at the right thing. And then this happened. Not really like... It doesn't feel like a earned way of getting out of situations. Now, unless I wasn't paying attention, all of a sudden the Doctor discovers that Jericho's house has a secret fucking exit. When the angels are like, boxing them in, and yeah. I did like the concept of the good weeping angel, that was good. I did like the cliffhanger of the Doctor turning into a weeping angel. Most of the cliffhangers in the series were really good. For example, the episode 2 cliffhanger was really good when Yaz gets turned into, and I guess Vendor gets turned into like the Mori. I thought that was very good. What more can you say? It was just really good. And it's a good standalone story. I feel like it would have been in Series 13 originally, before the pandemic forced the Chris Chibnall and the team to change it into like a 6-part story. Very solid Weeping Angel stories. Most Weeping Angel stories in Doctor Who aren't that good. The Series 5 Weeping Angel story is alright. The Series 7 one's pretty bad. The only really great one is the Series 3 one, the original appearance. And this one's pretty great as well. So that's that. And of course, my favourite Series 13 story, and one of my favourite 13th Doctor stories, is War of the Sontarans. Most Sontaran stories don't give them justice. One of my favourite stories of all Doctor Who is the Time Warrior, their very first appearance, and yeah, War of the Sontarans was really good. It really done them justice, really emphasising that they're brutal fucking aliens, and they just don't give a fuck. I thought the 13th Doctor was very, like, in charge, was very Doctor-like in this story. Now that she doesn't have to worry about Yaz and Dan, now that they've fucked off to Atropos. I'll check my EB. No, I thought that's unimportant. Very solid. Dan's patter was pretty good again. I like how we explored a lesser known historical figure. I can't remember her name, I'm afraid. But yeah, it was just pretty good. As you can tell, I'm a professional reviewer here, but that's that. Series 13 is definitely the strongest 13th Doctor season by far. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. Goodbye, God bless. Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to this review. I've had a brilliant idea. I'm going to review Toilet Roll. First things first, we're going to review the Shades Toilet Roll from Asda. It's sort of like Asda's own brand. It's the original variant. And I'm going to go on quest to review them all. Review all the toilet rolls I can. Of course, this is the December issue, so you get 2 reviews this month. But let's get into the review. This is a favourite. We like this toilet roll. It's got, if I can get this in the light. This is an audio thing, but just for me, like, get this in the light so I can see. It's got like, maybe I'll put the sun up on the screen. There's like little S's engraved on here. It's very soft. And a decent quality as well. It's fairly silky. You know, it's not like fucking like super premium or anything. And it's a general good quality. And I'm rubbing it on my face right now. Reasonably soft. Reasonably soft. Especially in areas delicate as the anus. You'd really need that. It's just the smaller things in life, you know. Just little toilet rolls like this. There's some toilet rolls like you get in hotels or maybe at your work. They have very cheap toilet roll, and like you can, you know, you're like wiping your ass and like you know, all of a sudden you're rubbing your fingers against your shite, but sort of like fingering yourself accidentally. No danger of this. So if I like, see, I'd actually have to put effort into stick a hole through that. And even if I was like really giving my anus a good fucking doing, if I was really trying to get my finger in there, I'd tear it. Smell? Doesn't smell of anything. Sort of smells like cupboards. It's not meant to have a smell. But let's see how much it costs. For the 4-pack, it's £1.75. I don't know how that compares, but yeah, it's a very good toilet roll. What else can you say? If I were to grade it, it does its job well. It honestly does. I'd give it a B. It's not like each wipe's an absolute pleasure. It's just that, you know, if you have shit toilet roll, you're going to appreciate this. I suppose could you write with a ballpoint pen on this? Yeah, probably not. You'd probably tear a hole through it. Now I'm not familiar with the whole ply system, so I don't know how many plies this is. But yeah. And when will the next toilet roll review be? Whenever when we run out of toilet roll, we're on the last roll of this Shade's original variant. And I'll get some tomorrow at the shop, and I'll try and get another Shades variant, but I know whatever gets my fancy. And I'll tell you some wacky ass shout there. There's a watermelon flavour toilet roll, so your arse can be smelling watermelon in case someone's like licking you out or something. You know, nice little surprise for them. Yeah, they'll be spitting seeds out. Oh, they'd want to. I wonder if there's any really crazy flavors like toffee or like, I don't know, sugarcane or no, it's not sugarcane. What is it? Candy cane. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you around. Okay, welcome to this review of 2021. I've tried to make this segment so many times, but I thought I'm just gonna do it. Even if it turns out crap, at least I've done it. At least I can upload the issue. Not everything you do is going to be like to your complete satisfaction, but let's do it. I've got a bottle of Coca-Cola Zero here. But yeah, let's get cracking. I'll read it from like we're reading a book, top left to the right, to the bottom. Okay. So first of all, we have got Christine. Was it Chandler? Uh, popularly known as Chris Chan. I think she was accused of raping her mum, which is a bit fucked up. And of course, because she's not straight, of course, it's to be expected, right? Um, yeah, because I'm, not homophobic, guys, but that's just it. Nothing more to say, really. Horrible crime. Pretty disgusting thing to do, especially for a person who was actually, I think her mum was mentally vulnerable as well, like very mentally vulnerable, so very disgusting. Um, it sort of makes you feel a lot less sorry for her because in the past you got dickheads like Blue Spike who trolled Chris Chan way too much, like way too far. I think even like a lot of trolls got onto Blue Spike for that. Like, hey, that's actually a bit too far. Fuck you. Anyway, let's move on. The Insulate Britain protests. Those protesters have lost the respect of the people. I think, like the public, because they're just a nuisance, aren't they? And I think it's ironic because I think I'm not quite sure about this. They caused more people to use more CO2, being stuck in roads and shit. Because these cunts are gluing their hands to roads and you know shouting at me like it's my fault. That climate change is my fucking fault. You know what I mean? This is the fucking fossil fuel industry's fault. It's government's fault. It's all sorts of people's faults. Again, I suppose I could act. I could like act in a way that reduces CO2 input even by like a tiny fucking sliver. If they just done it civilly, yeah. If they just acted in a civil, respectful manner instead of being up their own arse with it. Because here's the thing. You see a lot of these protesters, and I remember this one woman, this one bat, who was like, "Oh, we're doing it for your children." And it's like, "Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, man. You're so up your own arse, man. Like, fuck off." Um, Maybe that was designed so people would be talking like, "Oh, fuck her." And so, then you've got people who are equally up their own arse, like, I hate to say it because I don't know him personally, but the way that he acts, Pierce Morgan, and all the other pundits is like up their own arse. Like, we talk for the people. Even we've been to private schools. You totally speak for the people. Um, Moving on. Joe Biden becoming president of the USA. He won the vote in 2020, I think. Oh no, it was the vote being finalized early this 2021. Oh, sorry, yeah, 2020 he actually became president, but there's controversy as to whether or not the vote was legit. I think they found it was, but I haven't looked into that. It could be a big con, I don't know. But it disemboldened the wankers, the fucking white supremacists, the sexists, the homophobes, the transphobes, um, and yeah, sure, there is people that are also racist in other ways, like the people that hate white people or hate straight people or hate men. See that a lot online. Not a lot. I think most of the time it's exaggerated, but that does occur. But these people weren't emboldened by Trump. Maybe they were. I don't know. But it disemboldened the wankers when Joe Biden became president. Even if it is like Donald Trump's like, "Oh, would you like to eat shit?" and Joe Biden's like, "Oh, would you like to touch shit and put a little bit on your tongue?" Anyway, now we've got the Poland defying the EU laws or something, or EU supremacy or something like that. I don't really follow politics, guys, but this is going to be painful, so beware. Um, isn't Poland like pretty fucking racist? Like, that tends to happen when like civilization's been fucked up by foreigners. Like they tend to go racist or a bit dodgy or near the racist line. Again, I'm completely ignorant, but isn't that not the case? There's like a lot of isn't in Poland have like LGBT free zones? which is really fucked up. And that's just fucked up. You know, if you're claiming that you're, I don't know if Poland claims this, but I'm not, sorry if I'm like generalizing. I am, but it's saying that we believe in freedom of expression, blah 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 blah. But you're saying, but those types of people are not allowed here, and it's not like a religious thing. It's just like, it's disgusting. But they might have their own reasons for it. Maybe there is a good reason for it, but superficially, it seems very fucking like gross and honestly below what people should be doing. Um, but they're saying, Poland should make Polish laws, but I don't know how the EU works. It was like, you can run your own country, but if it's for things that affect the whole fucking union, like military, then we all control that. One part of me is like, well, if you want to get all the nice fucking lovely deals for in the EU, then you gotta abide by some of the rules. But at the same time, the Polish people should still be Polish. You know what I mean? They shouldn't. No one's going to want to give up their nationality and say, all right, I'll just become a generic European. And I don't think that's what the EU want. I don't think. But I'm constantly clueless, guys, so please forgive me. The UK lorry driver shortage, that was a thing. I can't even remember why that was the case. Was it due to Brexit? Because a lot of the drivers are foreign, and because we're no longer in the EU, aren't immigration laws stricter now? Because the EU is like fairly no, because the EU we're all part of one union, and so you could travel freely. So I think you could hop from which is amazing. You could just go from France straight into Germany. Like here in the UK, you can go from Wales straight into England and straight into Scotland and straight into Northern Ireland without any issues. Maybe the UK was an exception. Um, I, I'm pretty sure you had to go through border checks, even when the UK was a part of the EU. You had to go through border checks to get into France, for example, even though you're part of the same fucking union. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know if the issue's like healed now. I know the government. I think we're making calls for retired lorry drivers to get back into the game. Um, is Brexit purely a bad thing? It seems like it is. Like we've lost a lot of access to the science shit. You know what I mean? It's not as easy to collaborate with other scientists. Like if a British scientist wants to collaborate with a Polish or a German or a Spanish scientist, it's going to be a lot harder. And I like how these Brexit people are like, um, we leave the EU, but we still want some of the good shit. We still want to be a part of the free market and shit, whatever it's called. And it's like, no, you're not part of the union. Fuck you. But I don't know much about it, which is this is a good shield for me, right? I can have an opinion and not be responsible for it. Here's something I do know something about Doctor Who Flux, Doctor Who Series 14. The best Whittaker series, the best Chibnall series. Very interesting series. It's the trial of a Time Lord of Modern Who. Well, not really, because Trial of a Time Lord, it was like Doctor Who was on trial. The BBC wanted to cancel it. I don't think that's the case now. I don't think Chris Chibnall being PC is ruining the show. I think it's just bad writing, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't think the show's PC either. Like people like Jeremy Clarkson, the notorious Doctor Who fan, go on about how Doctor Who's lecturing people. When? You know when? Maybe in Orphan 55, like the last scene, but fucking when? It infuriates me. But yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. And I'll give you my thoughts on Series 14 in future videos, if you care. The series is more of a catalogue for my own thoughts for myself. I know it's pretty narcissistic for it to say, people are interested in my opinions. What's this? The Belarus border crisis? I think that's what this is, the little thing there. Again, a bit scummy if you're going to use people as a political bargaining chip. You know, sending over waves of migrants to other countries. I'm not sure if it was Belarus that done it, or if Belarus was like the victim, where like all these immigrants were coming. But it's very fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? It's just really despicable. And that's all I've got to say about that. Let's move on. I don't talk about shitty people for too long. Oh yeah, Russia and Ukraine. That's fucking fun. That's totally not escalating. Ah. Oh fuck me. Can people just relax? You know what I mean? It's like you have this message of, because surely you talk to soldiers and they constantly say, "Don't go to war. It's fucking horrible." The only time you should go to war, in my opinion, is like if it's utterly dire and you have. Like, World War Two was probably justified because Hitler was a fucking maniac. Um, World War One was a bit pointless though. Again, I'm very ignorant about history, so do forgive me. If anyone knows anything, if you have any other opinions about that, please educate me. But let's move on. The anti-mask protests, the anti-lockdown protests. I don't know. Like honestly, I don't hate anti-maskers. I'm just intrigued. I'm like, okay, you've got this understanding that we need to wear this mask because to prevent vulnerable people getting COVID-19, which would fuck them up. Unless they don't think that it's that serious. And I've heard the argument, well, don't go out then if you're vulnerable. Don't go out. Stay at home. But I don't know if it's the case that even if you're not vulnerable, you could still get fucked up by it, and they just don't want the NHS fucking, overflowing with patients. I do think you have to have a balance of it, though. I do think they have a point. I know that's a big group, all anti-maskers, because some of them are just fucking morons. And of course, some people who wear masks are also fucking morons. But, if you are an anti-masker, that's a fair label for you. Please comment below. I genuinely be very interested to hear your thoughts. Prince Philip dying at the ripe old age of was it 95? Don't want to be disrespectful there. I can't remember his age. I don't know much about him. It's a shame. Queen's husband, someone's dad, someone's friend dying. May God bless you, Prince Philip. God bless you. William Shatner going to space was fucking awesome. As you don't know, William Shatner played Captain James Kirk in the amazing series Star Trek, specifically the original series. I watched the first 2 seasons and it's really fucking good. The third season, I'm stuck on the opening episode. It's called something like The Brain of Spock. It's horrible. Like, it's an episode of Star Trek I actively dislike. There are some boring episodes here and there, and there's some really fucking interesting ones here and there. Star Trek, unlike most Doctor Who episodes, makes you think. Very philosophical. That was very cool. But a part of me is like, well, these billionaires, Jeff Bezos, I think, launched William Shatner in space. He's like, you're wasting all this money. Launch people through, that's cool, but what about climate change? What about, world hunger? How about pandemics? How about cancer research? It was nice though. I'm glad he got to experience that, going into space. Of course, 2021, early in the year. A year ago now. Like, it was in January, I think, the UK officially left the EU. And I think things kind of went to shit a wee bit, didn't? Wasn't there inflation and shit? I don't know. I don't keep up with news anyway. Let's move on before I embarrass myself even further. Spider-Man No Way Home came out late last year, and spoilers. But Tobey Maguire was in it. Fuck yes, I love Tobey Maguire. I love his Spider-Man. They're not. Cause you see, the thing is, a lot of modern Marvel movies are just popcorn movies. There's no depth to them. But Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 are, like, the Tobey Maguire ones are really just good movies. And you can watch them even if you're not a comic book fan. I do like my superhero movies, but I wouldn't say I'm like a mega fan, but, you know. I haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, but um, I saw Homecoming. Thought it was a fairly shallow movie. I didn't think it was brilliant. This is missing a lot of depth. I can't explain it. And what I've seen of, because I'm currently in the process of watching Far From Home. Far From Home seems to be the same way, but who knows? I like the very first Iron Man movie. I thought that's just a genuinely great movie. But I do need to catch up on my Marvel movies. What was it called? Was it the Discovery? It wasn't Discovery, was it? And we sent a rover to Mars and we got a fucking video and some pictures. And we saw a video of the rover touching down on Mars. This was in the summer of last year. Really awesome. One of the defining moments of the year. I remember watching it live. Oh no, was it? No, was it early last year? Because I remember talking to one of my bosses at work. Or to my boss at work at that time. And he said it was cool. Anyway, very cool. We should totally, like, it doesn't make sense to me when people say we're wasting money in space. Like, bitch, there's literally another fucking universe of resources out there. You know, the resources on this planet are going to run out eventually. But then again, that might not be until the far future. And maybe we can make renewable resources. Maybe that point. YouTube removing the dislike button. I think it should be optional. I don't think you should force people to not have dislikes on their videos. I know you can see them privately, but it should be an option. I'd understand if you were to disable ratings for like a political thing, you don't want to bias anyone's views. Or you don't want to encourage, groupthink. But then if someone's intelligent enough, surely they'll resist it. But yeah, they should probably bring it back. Moving on. What's this here next to it though? I'm going to zoom in on my personal view here. You'll be able to see what. Alright, that's the image below. We'll get to that. Metroid Dread. We are living in the best future because this game has like technically been in development since like 06, I think. Like I remember watching videos like 4 or 5 years ago going on about this game and how it was all this mystical Metroid game, and now they bring it out, which is fucking amazing. I heard it's brilliant. But yeah, moving on. The Tories having a party in lockdown. Fucking wow. I don't think that. Guys, like, come on. Come on. A disgrace. An utter fucking disgrace. Boris Johnson should immediately step down as Prime Minister. Utterly fucking disgusting behaviour. Now, if we just differ on things, like on opinions and shit, that's fine. But if you're gonna break the law, fuck you, man. I'm sure, I don't know, maybe you're a nice person, but I don't know, let's move on. Donda, brilliant album, loved it. No Child Left Behind, fucking amazing. Jail was pretty good as well. Brilliant album, brilliant. And I think there was like a attack on transgender healthcare, what's new, by people who are scientifically misinformed. Stop this, people. This isn't good. Let people get the treatments they need, i.e. transitioning. I don't know, just because you personally dislike trans people. Please, people, I beg you. Then there was the COP conference, COP21. in Glasgow, in Glasgow, and wasn't. I think it was just a little bit of progress was made, but not as much as you'd like. And like the guy who hosted it was in fucking tears, like, oh god, you know, China, you're wasting my fucking time here, man. Fucking, and half the cunts, like some of the important cunts didn't turn up. Like Putin or the fucking Chinese leader. Um, pardon me, but what's the fucking point? If you're not going to turn up, man, you're I. Unfortunately, you still not. I'm not saying unfortunately because of the countries, but because of their individual leaders. Um, if you're not going, you're like two of the super. There's like you're like two superpowers, and you're not turning up. Like Jesus, a bit of respect, man. I'm not asking you to lick Britain's feet, but dude, like come on. China and Taiwan. I think for legal reasons we should go over that. The country of Taiwan. I don't know anything about it, so I should look into it. I just know the Chinese government's pretty fucking shifty. But of course I'm a Western chauvinist who wants to oppress the Chinese people, despite the fact China has a very rich and very interesting history, and it's probably one of the most important civilizations on the planet historically. But yeah, we have the January 6th riots. I remember where I was. I was at work. I was on my break. I was still doing the night shift back then. I remember talking to my boss about it. I said some like, shallow remark about Trump fans. But yeah, these people are totally civilized. Moving on. Was it AUKUS? I hope, dude, I really hope we don't have a third world war. I can't be fucked. But moving on. Sean Locke is a funny guy. And of course, he passed away last year at a very young age. It was just funny, man. You don't appreciate these people until they're gone. I liked Sean Locke. That picture there of him claiming he was the Riddler. Yeah. Feel bad. I'm trying to remember Sean Locke's skit, and I'm blanking. Probably something dashed on net. Or 8 out of 10 cats. Yeah, but yeah, I don't want to force it. Anyway, I've skipped some by accident. See this little Taliban flag here, just above John Barrowman's face. Of course, the Taliban invaded Afghanistan, and I'm sure personal freedom and just general civilization sophisticatedness will be high in Afghanistan now. But moving on, in the middle of that totally accurate Taliban flag, we have Inside, which was brilliant. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed the music in it, especially All Eyes on Me. That's one of my favorite songs. But yeah, it was very. I think it summed up the feel of people in lockdown. And maybe a bit of the awkward position I guess straight white guys are in there. Because I do think in some instances straight white guys are treated unfairly when it comes to all this progressive stuff. But at the same time, we do need to be progressive. We do need trans rights. We do need total equality. And, straight white guys aren't the default characters in life. So, a bit of balance and act. Do I know what I'm talking about? No, but let's move on. Homo longi, the little fossil there with the long-haired man, like myself. Very exciting stuff. And beside him is Homo bodoensis. I think they proposed that all Homo heidelbergensis specimens in Africa should be called Homo bodoensis, and some people are just like, no. I like following human evolution. It's very interesting to me. A bit casual reader about it, really. Um, but yeah, now we've got, was it Nordine reactionary can't think for myselfism. Oh, there's her. She wants to shut down the BBC, because it's woke. You probably can't explain to me what woke means, apart from it's faintly progressive, and it won't air people who tell lies. Okay, yes, let's cancel the BBC and make it a subscription service. Let's move on. Now we've got um, eat that pedophile, eat that pussy as long as she's 4, 5, or 8. Proud of that one. Yeah, he's a pedophile, which is absolutely shocking because I actually heard of him. I actually liked him before this happened. But then again, wasn't it like the case that the fucking guy that caught him is also just like a douchebag? I don't know, but yeah. Um, is he in jail now? I don't know. John Barrowman whipping out his cock on Doctor Who. Listen, it's not like he raped anyone. But then again, if someone said to him, "Hey, can you stop doing this? Make me feel uncomfortable," and he continued to do it, I'd understand. But I don't know. I think I'd be okay if he came back. It's not like Noel Clarke, who a bit of a scumbag and actually needs punishment. John Barrowman, he just needs to apologise. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm not getting. Was that the Uyghur people? I think there was a report published last year that the Chinese government are in fact being cruel to the Uyghur people, torturing them and raping them and shit. Not the government themselves, but people, the guards in the camp. Fucking brilliant, man. Love the Chinese government. China, you need to have some sort of fucking revolution. Um, you know, you need to have some sort of revolution, man. This can't go on. And above that, we have Norm Macdonald, and this is a snapshot from his was it David Letterman? David Letterman's last show. Norm Macdonald was there, and Norm Macdonald loves Dave Letterman. Letterman wants to like lick his ass and shit. And there was this really good joke he said. It went something like this. I don't know. A lot of people today are saying that the country that's the biggest threat to the world is North Korea. Well, I don't think so. I think it's Germany. And I don't know if you guys are history buffs, but it went something like Germany went to war with the world twice. And you know what? On the second time, it was close. Norm Macdonald was a funny guy. And I was a bit of a fan of him before he passed, but you don't appreciate them until they're gone again. God bless you, Norm Macdonald. God bless you, Sean Locke. Oh, no Clark allegations. We've already went over this briefly. I don't want to give him time of day. Angela Merkel stepping down. I don't know much about her. All I know is that Lucky stepped down being alive on like that in the 40s. Oh, and then there's that woman who called for the genocide of trans women, which is ironic because I'm pretty sure because she's the most womanly woman, right? I mean, she can be a woman, then surely a trans woman is a woman. You know, totally real woman here, guys. Believe me. Of course, then below that woman, real biological woman, guys. You have coronavirus. Of course, the restrictions eased in 2021 they weren't as fucking hellish like they were in early 2020. At least for here in the UK, I should say. I remember you couldn't go outside. Like, you don't go outside twice. Those are hellish. Hellish. I wouldn't want to be back in those times again. It looks like restrictions are easing even more this year. I hope we get back to normal soon, as long as it doesn't kill tons and tons of people. Then finally, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining. Pooh! Pardon me. They're alright. It's just Diamond and Pearl again, isn't it? But it's alright. A bit creatively dead, but they're alright. Anyway, that's 2021 in review, guys. Yeah, here's to 2022. Anyway, God bless you guys. Love you. Well, that's all for this issue of Pojo. And that is season 1. That's the 2021 season. Join me for season 2, season 2022. And yeah, we'll be changing a few things around here. And what the fuck? Alright, man, it's me. Oh my god, no, it's not you. No. It's me. I'm you from the past. Oh no. It's 2016 you. Oh fuck. No.